Hello, everyone. Can we please request everyone to please settle down? All right. Good morning, everyone.
Good afternoon, good evening to all our friends joining us from across the globe.
I'm Bhakti,
And I'm Gerardo.
and we are your co-hosts this morning. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2022 annual IC3 conference. Just look at this room. Any guesses how many delegates we have joining us for the conference for the next 2 days? Any guesses? Can't hear you. 600? You know it. Yes, we are joined by over 1,400 delegates from 56 countries. A big round of applause. Absolutely. Some of us remember last year and the conference during the pandemic, and we had just about 700 folks still joining us. And look at this year, it's literally double. So welcome to my city, the city of pearls, Nizams, the city of Hyderabadi biryani. I hope all of you have had the opportunity to taste some. How many of you have already tried the biryani? Can I see a show of hands? Yes, awesome, great. So I'm a naturalized Hyderabadi citizen, and I hope that every one of you gets to taste the hospitality that the city has to offer. But the city is much more than just biryani. It houses major industrial, manufacturing, educational, and financial institutions, and is a major IT hub for the country as well.
Well, it is my first in Hyderabad, and I'm loving it.
Have you tried the biryani yet?
I have tried many things, but I'm not sure if I have tried that. I've seen many dishes, and I've loved them all.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, please join me in welcoming Gerardo. Gerardo Da Vega, my co-host this morning. Can we have a round of applause for him, please? Now, Gerardo is a man of many talents. He is a developer, a creator, a maker, and an educator. And that rhymed. He's also a teacher and an international college counselor. He's a passionate social entrepreneur and supports education as the solution to the problems that affect us locally and globally. He currently works at Country Day School, a Nord Anglia school in San Rafael, Alajuela, Costa Rica. Gerardo is an IC3 leader and has contributed his time and energy in spreading the mission of a counselor in every school. Most notably, however, Gerardo has a sense of humor that has kept me in splits when we worked together these past few weeks, and Jim is witness to that. So ladies and gentlemen, Gerardo Da Vega made it in person to the 2022 annual IC3 conference. So big round of applause for him once again.
Thank you, Bhakti. And it is a pleasure. Yesterday I was told by Jim that I hold now the record for the first Latin American in Hyderabad in an IC3 conference. So it is great. I'm thrilled. There is a word in Costa Rica that means everything's great, it means fraternity, and it means love. And it's pura vida. So audience, here and virtually, pura vida. One more time, pura vida.
Pura vida.
Thank you very much. Once a year, the IC3 family gets together to celebrate counseling and the fact we all want a happier society, a more responsible society, and a more caring society. Over the past few weeks, I've gotten to know a very special person. We've been friends virtually, and the first thing that I did when I saw her was give her a big Costa Rican Pura Vida hug. It is my pleasure to introduce my co-host this morning, Bhakti Sar. Bhakti has over 15 years of experience in the higher education and guidance space, and her current role sees her as Director of Outreach for CREA University. She believes that universities are not destinations, they are knowledge ecosystems that can change the fabric of society we live in. Universities have a responsibility towards training teachers, school leadership, and supporting schools in creating awareness in students. She's the chair of the IC3 Indian Higher Education Committee and regularly trains teachers, school leaders, students, and parents in areas like changing world of work and setting up guidance counseling in schools. She is passionate about helping families make informed decisions about education.
Thank you, Gerardo. The silence was deafening. All right, just look around the room. Look to the person on your right and look to the person on your left. Please do. Now, look to the screen. You are in a very special place this morning because you're a part of something very, very special. Welcome to a gathering of kindred souls, individuals who are committed to the cause of shaping futures. I know it sounds cliche, but this is a fact. You are a kindred soul, and we are honored to welcome you to the 2022 annual IC3 conference. So a big round of applause once again to all of you for making it here.
And I would like us to take a moment to acknowledge what our brothers and sisters are going through in Sri Lanka. Our thoughts, prayers, and support are with them at this moment in time.
We are also honored this morning by the presence of the childhood idol for so many of us. He was definitely mine. I'm sure that this is the case for anyone who's grown up watching cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Deshabandhu Pinnaduwage Aravinda De Silva, former Sri Lankan cricketer and captain and the 1996 Cricket World Cup winner. Mr. De Silva, thank you for being with us today. We are absolutely honored by your presence.
The last 2 years have been tough for all of us. Let us give ourselves a huge round of applause for making it through these difficult times and emerging stronger and together.
And while the pandemic seems like it's far from over, we embrace our current reality with responsibility. And we look to the future because we have so much to do.
That's true, Bhakti. And like Helen Keller said, I cannot do everything, but I can do something. I must not fail to do that something that I can do.
Absolutely, Gerardo. IC3 remains committed to sensitizing and empowering schools, sensitizing them about their responsibility towards providing guidance, not just teaching mathematics and English and sciences, but empowering them with training and resources for their staff to deliver good guidance to all their students. And I believe that this is the heartfelt vision of every single IC3 leader, volunteer, team member, and member of this particular conference. The passion to do something and make a difference. The passion to give, learn, and grow.
Give. The word to remember is give. IC3's core ethos is to give. Give opportunities, give access to learning to every school leader, teacher, and counselor. The mission of IC3 movement is to empower every school to run a robust, fully functioning career and college counseling department. And this mission is being realized with the relentless work being done throughout the IC3 Institute, the regional forums, the annual conference, the IC3 Festival, the Student Quest Survey, the School Accreditation Program, among other diverse initiatives to make an impact across stakeholders and platforms.
So let the spirit of access inspire you in the next 2 days to engage in this amazing hybrid event. This is an opportunity, and you have friends on the screen and in person. So break free from your comfort zone and turn on that camera, everyone. Our friends online, can we have all of you please turn on the camera? Thank you. Can you just give us a big wave? Can all of us just wave to them? A big hello and a hug from Hyderabad coming your way, guys. We wish you were here. We miss you. But thank you for joining us online.
We are in a world that straddles both physically and virtually. So let us embrace the diversity of presence here and make the most of the next 2 days.
And in order to do that, let us now invite our special guest this morning to light the traditional samai or lamp. May I invite on stage Professor Rajat Kathuria, Dean, School of Humanities and Social Sciences and Professor of Economics at the Shiv Nada University. Dr. Indu Shahani, Founding President, Atlas Skilltech University. Professor Rahul Chopra, Associate Professor, Environmental Studies and the Director of Center for Sustainability, Environment and Climate Change, Flame University. Dr. Sanyam Bharadwaj, Controller of Examination, CBSC. Mr. Aravinda De Silva, former Sri Lankan cricketer and captain and the 1996 Cricket World Cup winner, Sri Lanka. Mr. Veer Singh Anand, Director, India, University of St. Andrews, and co-chair 2022 Annual IC3 Conference. And last but definitely not the least, Mr. Ganesh Kohli, founder IC3 Movement. Can we all please have you light the lamp? Can we have a bigger round of applause? Thank you. The significance of lighting a lamp before the start of an important activity or event finds its roots in the belief that light symbolizes knowledge. The light from the lamp is significant for a gathering like this, as we dispel the darkness of ignorance and open our minds to learning and embracing different perspectives. Can we have another round of applause, please?
Thank you all for doing the honors. And now, one of my favorite parts of any IC3 opening and any IC3 event, the student performances. In true IC3 style, we welcome a wonderful group of students here on stage from the Meridian School, Hyderabad, who have dedicated their time and devotedly prepared some wonderful performances for us.
Absolutely. Let's not make them wait any longer and our audiences wait any longer. So here's welcoming the students of Meridian School, Hyderabad, to give us a befitting and energetic start to our conference. Meridian Schools present a vision for the world through this dance presentation, which begins with a prayer to Lord Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles, who has the power to create a clear, safe, and successful world for us. Only he and his intergalactic prowess can create God's global family, or the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which is India's world vision.
Ladies and gentlemen, Meridian gives you a magical glimpse of the cosmic forces that create a world filled with opportunity and open doors for all of us.
Let's welcome the students.
सूरनिरागसो गणपति सूरनिरागसो शुभनयना करुणामय गौरीहर श्री वरद विनायक शुभनयना करुणामय गौरीहर श्री वरद विनायक ओंकार गणपति ओंकार गणपति अधिपति सुखपति छंदपति गंधपति लीन निरंतर हो लीन निरंतर हो सूरनिरागस हो
Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Udana dhim tadana dhim tana dhirena Udana dhim tadana dhim tana dhirena Dhim tano 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 tadhirena Dhim tano 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 tadhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Tom tanana dhirena dhirena Udana dhim tadana dhim tana dhirena Udana dhim tadana dhim tana dhirena Dhim tano 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 tadhirena Dhim tano 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 tadhirena
तद्धित्तां तजं तां तां धित्तां तजं ह्रीं ह्रीं तां तजं ॐ ॐ तजं जं जं तजनुत गजनुत तद्धित्तां तजं तां तां धित्तां तजं ह्रीं ह्रीं तां तजं ॐ ॐ तजं जं जं
No, right? Can we hear it for them once again? Come on.
I am certain when I speak for everyone in this room and I say, that was fantastic. What a performance. One more round of applause, please.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but when they were performing here, there was another performance going on down here. So we have two students from Meridian who are actually painting live when the students on the stage were dancing. And so now, may I request, do you need a couple of more minutes, Peter? Couple of more minutes? You're done? Oh, wow, okay, awesome. So a big round of applause for them, please. May I request Dr. Usha Reddy, CEO, Meridian Schools, to please present this painting to Ganesh Kohli, the founder of IC3 movement. Ganesh and Dr. Reddy, if we can have you on stage, please. Don't stop the applause. Thank you. That's beautiful. Check that out. That is gorgeous. Okay, that was truly energizing, both the dance and the painting. Also, don't let the applause stop, because let us remember that this is a hybrid conference, and we are joined by over 1,400 friends and colleagues in this room today. Equal number here and equal number on the screen who are joining us virtually. Let us ensure that we acknowledge them every given opportunity. So another round of applause for our friends who are joining us virtually. We're thinking of you. We know you're here with us.
Our friends joining us virtually, do switch on your cameras, please, if you can, and give us a big wave from your friends here in Hyderabad. We are delighted that you have joined us no matter what time of the day or night it is where you are. Last year, I was on the other side, and I know how excited and nervous I was attending IC3 virtually, especially when I had just woken up at 2 in the morning and Ganesh plastered my face right front and center. I was not sure how it would turn out, but trust me, if you want to make the most of the conference, our teams and volunteers have worked really hard to make sure you can experience IC3 in all its glory.
Absolutely. Big hello and hugs once again. I also want to warmly welcome our IC3 scholars joining us today. You're all proud recipients of the IC3 scholarship, which is awarded to over 100 school counselors from 18 countries across Asia, Africa, Latin America, and the Middle East, whose schools have not been able to support them to register for the conference this year. So wherever you are, all our IC3 scholars, if you can just stand in your place so we can see you, and the ones who are joining us virtually, if you can just wave to us, that'd be lovely. Can we have some of our IC3 scholars who've received the IC3 scholarship to attend this conference? Please stand. We're so happy you could join us. A warm, warm, warm welcome.
I just have to say on a personal note, I'm also an IC3 scholar, and I couldn't be here from Costa Rica if it weren't for the program. Thank you very much. Bhakti.
Yes. Yes.
How many annual IC3 conferences have you attended?
This is, I think, my second one.
This is my second one also.
Well.
And can we get a show of hands for those of you in the room and virtually? How many of you are six-time attendees in the IC3 annual conference?
Six-time attendees.
6 times. Raise your hands.
You've not left a single conference. You've been here for every single IC3. Can we see your hands? Can you actually stand? You're veterans. Come on, we want to see you. Can you please stand in your places? And a big round of applause to all our six-time attendees. Thank you for joining us again and again and again and making this happen. All right, now let's see a show of hands for the first-time attendees to IC3. Please stand.
Wow.
That's pretty much the whole room.
Wow.
Look at this. This is phenomenal. A very warm welcome to your first IC3. This is a moment you're going to treasure for a very, very long time. My tip, rest well, have a shot of coffee in the morning, and mark all the sessions you want to attend through the day, because there's so much to learn, but more importantly, there are so many people to meet and just hug.
Here's a few tips for those first-timers. Make sure you meet at least one person you have never met before every 30 minutes. Make the most of your first annual IC3 conference and network and learn as much as you can. As we said earlier, we have delegates from 56 countries and territories participating in this year's conference. Can you believe this? As we shared earlier, 56 countries and territories were represented at this year's conference. And I would like to give a shout out to each one of them by just mentioning those countries and territories. As I mention your name, please just wave. Australia, Bangladesh, Burundi, Cameroon, Canada, China, Costa Rica, Cote d'Ivoire, Denmark, Ecuador, France, Germany, Ghana, Iceland, India, Indonesia, Hong Kong, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Malawi, Maldives, Mauritius, Mexico, Mozambique, Myanmar, Nepal, New Zealand, Norfolk Island, North Macedonia, Oman, Peru, Philippines, Qatar, Rwanda, Saudi Arabia, Scotland, Senegal, Singapore, Spain, Sri Lanka, Swaziland, Switzerland, Thailand, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, United States, Vietnam, Wales, and Zimbabwe.
Okay, breathe. A big round of applause for him to just getting through that list of countries. Sorry, I was so excited I almost started talking off mic. A big round of applause to Gerardo for just getting through the list of that countries, and a big round of applause to everyone.
All the countries.
Absolutely, joining us from all these places. That's amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, when you think about the future of your country, any country, whatever country you belong to, What are some of the things that come to your mind? New technology, innovation, better air to breathe, better law and order, safety for our children. But none of this, the future that we hope to create, is possible without nurturing young minds, especially those in high schools, about the step into the world. They have to have the right guidance to make a more informed choice about their future, so they have the opportunity to do things they love and lead more content lives. Because happy and content people make the world a better place.
As an educator, I believe that one of the most important roles in a student's life is to gently guide them to the unbelievable opportunities that lie before them. But in a world that changes in the blink of an eye, I am aware that I need to constantly keep myself updated and keep learning so that I can share the most relevant information with my students.
And every teacher is a counselor, whether they carry the tag officially or not. The IC3 Institute exists to prepare teachers of the world to guide students better.
The IC3 Institute stands as a cornerstone of the IC3 vision and aims to bring counseling to every school by providing training and support to counselors globally, namely through its flagship one-year certificate training program.
This year, during the conference, the 4th and the 5th cohorts will graduate from the IC3 Institute. Our first cohort had 23 graduates, and 111 walked the ramp with the 3rd cohort, which was last year. This year, we have 261 graduates from both the cohorts who will walk the ramp tomorrow. I have personally interacted with both the cohorts this year, and teachers, what an enthusiastic and eager bunch of students all of you were. Give yourselves a huge round of applause for the big moment that is to come tomorrow when you graduate. So don't miss the graduation ceremony to watch the proud beaming teachers come up on stage and accept their certificates. It's a moment you don't want to miss.
Okay, the power behind any movement is the community that constitutes it. Our community members, host schools, have given their unconditional support to the IC3 movement, opening their doors and hearts to host events, provide accommodation for IC3 attendees, and brought many young volunteers to support events and their initiatives.
We would now like to take the opportunity to thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts for making this conference possible, our host schools for the annual conference. I request all of them to please come up on stage when I call your school's name. So the representatives of the schools that are present here with us, please come up on stage and join us as I call your school's name. AMS P. Obul Reddy International School. As I call the names, I request all of you to just come on stage, yes. Chirek International School. Can we just continue to have a round of applause for them, please? Delhi Public School, Nacharam. Glendale Academy International. Hyderabad Public School, Ramantapur. Hyderabad Public School, Begumpet. Manthan International School. Meluha International School, Gandhipet, Hyderabad. Meridian School, Banjara Hills. Meridian School, Madhapur Campus. Oak Ridge International School, Bachupalli. Oak Ridge International School, Gachibowli. Sancta Maria International School. Silver Oaks International School, Bachupalli Campus. Sister Nivedita School. And last but not the least, Srinidhi International School. Thank you all so much. A big round of applause to all our host schools in Hyderabad. None of this would have been possible without your support. Thank you. Please join us on stage.
On behalf of the entire IC3 community, I'd like to express our deepest heartfelt gratitude for your kindness and grace. Your contribution has brought a light in every experience our delegates have felt. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly join me in giving them one more round of applause.
And as we take a moment to capture this moment on camera, please bear with us. We don't want to miss this opportunity. Thank you all once again. Yeah, good. All right, okay. Thank you so much. You can take your seats now. Well, the stage is yours, so thank you all once again, host schools. The IC3 movement is a volunteer-driven effort. So what started as a small group of passionate individuals has grown into a powerful community of change makers. From organizing events to raising awareness, IC3 members are working tirelessly to create a better future for all.
The best part, anyone can be a part of the IC3 movement. No matter what your skills or interests are, there's a place for you in this community. The IC3 movement is a powerful example of the difference that a community can make.
The power of 1,000 plus IC3 leaders and advocates coming together from 50 countries who are striving to change the narrative. They're striving to be the change that they wish to see in the world.
We'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the leadership and contribution of IC3 leadership committees and advocates. Request all of you to stand when you call out the names of the committee you are a part of. The 2022 IC3 leadership committees are 2022 Annual IC3 Conference Host School Committee, Advisory Committee, Africa Committee, Content and Research Committee, Inclusion, Diversity and Scholarship Committee, Indian Higher Education Committee.
A big round of applause for these committees. Thank you all for your leadership. IC3 is your movement, it's our movement, and it is people like you and me and all of us in this physical and that virtual room who make this magic happen. We would like to continue to thank the Latin America and Caribbean Committee, Outreach and Social Media Committee, the Presidential Committee, the Sustainable Development Committee.
We would also like to thank the IC3 regional committees for Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Bengaluru, Chhattisgarh, Delhi NCR, Gujarat, Hyderabad, Kenya, Kolkata, Myanmar, Mysuru, Nashik, Nepal, Pune, and Punjab. Thank you all the committees, leaders once again. We used to invite all our leaders on the stage for a group photo. However, we have outgrown the number of people we can accommodate on the stage. Look how far we have come.
Yeah,
so now, another round of applause, please.
There's no way we can accommodate all of you on stage, but we all know who we are. So huge round of applause to all the leaders, IC3 leaders. And Gerardo, I must say you did a damn good job of, taking those Indian state names. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Sometimes I can't even speak Spanish that well.
So becoming a committee-based volunteer is not the only way to get involved. IC3 advocates are individuals who volunteer small amounts of time to support the mission of counseling in every school.
They come from all walks of life: educators, parents, journalists, airplane pilots, software engineers, lawyers, chartered accountants, artists, entrepreneurs, and students. So far, we have nearly 800 IC3 advocates from 440 plus countries. Please accept our immense gratitude for all you do for IC3's mission.
And while IC3 is a community-driven movement, there are some who are at the core of it. And when I say core, they are IC3. They've dedicated themselves to the movement fully. Let us give a huge round of applause to the IC3 team that makes sure that all our ideas are executed and that we continue to be inspired as they gently nudge us to realize their vision and adhere to their deadlines and make sure that we are submitting our proposals in time and we're submitting our presentations in time. Everyone who's a speaker this year knows how much work these volunteers have done to make sure that we do what we are supposed to do.
A conference of this magnitude is only possible with the support of leaders, volunteers, advocates, and sponsors. May I request all our sponsors and partners to rise wherever they are, and our virtual guests to wave at us. Join me in applauding and thanking our partners and sponsors for their effort. Request you all to engage and express gratitude to them.
Can we have...
Please stand up.
Yeah. All our partners and sponsors for this year, if you could just rise where you are. I can see so many of you here. If you can just rise where you are.
One of the important things of being a family is that we acknowledge each other.
Yeah.
So one more round of applause, please. Thank you. Please take your seats.
I would now like to request all of you in joining us in expressing special gratitude to our host university, the Shiv Nadar University, for their continued and generous support. Without Shiv Nadar's contribution, IC3's 2022 annual conference would not have been possible. Can we have the AV please to get to know our host university, Shiv Nadar University, better, please?
It is now our pleasure to introduce Professor Rajat Kathuria to offer a welcome on behalf of our conference host, Shiv Nadar University. Professor Kathuria is Dean School of Humanities and Social Sciences and Professor of Economics of Shiv Nadar University. He is former Director and Chief Executive Indian Council of Research on International Economic Relations, the IC3, New Delhi. He has over 20 years experience in teaching and 25 years experience in economic policy, besides research interests on a range of issues relating to regulation and competition policy. He has worked with the World Bank, Washington, D.C., as a consultant and carried out research assignments for a number of international organizations, including ILO, UNCTAD, UNAIDS, World Bank, and ADB. He has published in international and national journals, besides in popular magazines and newspapers. He's founding member of the Broadband Society of Universal Access and served on the board of Delhi Management and Association. He's on several committees and on the Research Advisory Council at SBI. He has an undergraduate degree in economics from St. Joseph's College, a master's from Delhi School of Economics, and a PhD from the University of Maryland at College Park. Please join me in welcoming Professor Kathuria.
Can we have you here on stage, please?
Okay. Thank you. And in the short speech that I'm going to, or remarks that I'm going to make, I'll keep in mind the lessons that Bhakti and Geraldo have mentioned, which is keep your sense of humor alive. So I congratulate everybody from the countries that Geraldo pronounced properly, all of you who are here, and congratulations for getting your visa in time. Well, good morning, a very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Shiv Nadar Institution of Eminence, I'm delighted to welcome you to the 6th IC3 event in this beautiful city, as Bhakti described, of Pearl's Biryani and of course, Nawabs and Nizams, and to one of the most concentrated gatherings of intellectual capital that I have ever seen, and perhaps you will ever see. I have less than 5 minutes. In fact, Bhakti said keep it to a couple of minutes, but I'll try to keep it to not more than at least 3 minutes. All of you have come from different parts of the world and from different parts of this subcontinent, and that in itself, I think, is a reflection of the significance and quality of this event. Need we say more? Already my colleagues from Shivnadar and I have imbibed a great deal from what had happened yesterday in the Presidential Forum. I picked up 2 lessons during the impressive sessions there, and my welcome remarks and the welcome address will center around the 2 lessons that I gained that seem unrelated, seemingly unrelated, but actually have a lot in common. My colleague Rajiv Kumar, yesterday at the Presidential Forum, in his eloquent address, exhorted us to do the right things and for the right reasons. He was subtlety itself. Doing the right thing for the wrong reasons is not a sustainable value to teach young, impressionable minds. Another catchphrase that caught my attention was by a lady vice-chancellor who said, and I'm going to say this in Hindi and then translate it, or Urdu if you will, since we are in Hyderabad, यहाँ इल्म ना बांटें, यहाँ सब ज्ञानी हैं. Or in other words, we are all learned here, save your wisdom for elsewhere. As I said, we have the biggest gathering of intellectual capital that I have ever seen in this room. But I am actually going to defy that wisdom and going to be guilty of defying the advice that she gave us. And I'm going to challenge that just for argument's sake and try and be heretic anyway and ask the question, are we all learned and wise? Are we? Allow me the liberty to extend that truism for this room to beyond this room to the world around us. So if we ask the question not of this room, but of the world around us and ask, are we learned and wise? Then you would say, then why do we have all these problems in the world if we were learned and wise? We would not have the problems that we are witnessing today, and Hiraldo referred to them, some of these, in his opening remarks. And I'm not talking about war and conflict. I am talking about poverty, I am talking about inequality, illiteracy and ignorance, disease and deprivation, greed and cronyism, piracy and data theft, pollution and climate change. The list is endless. This is a gathering with people who have come in high spirits, so I don't want to dampen the spirits at all, but my objective is, since we are all educators and mentors, to point us in the direction of the challenges. These are not new issues. If technology, as people tell us, had the power to offer a solution, then these problems would not exist. But technology does not have a solution, and I'm sort of fairly convinced that it doesn't have a solution independent of our value system and independent of the liberal arts. If technology had a solution, then we wouldn't have all the problems that I have identified above. Multidisciplinarity, therefore, is something that Shivnadar University, an institution of eminence, stands for, and I think is the right way. It is necessary, but it is not sufficient. I must add something about technology. I know I'm running out of time. I must add something about technology and inequality. We believe that technology, the digital technology, has the power, has emancipatory power, but itself has not spread socially across the world. 75% of the people who have access to the internet do not contribute to what happens on the internet. Contributions to the internet, the design, the language, the architecture is contributed by very few people. And let me be a little provocative by saying that it is contributed by a white North American or European male, not even a female. So that's the contribution. So a limited number of people are providing, designing architecture of the internet. We need to, in other words, decolonize the internet, make it more democratic, because I believe that it does have emancipatory values, and the pandemic has shown us that indeed we have become much more unequal since the pandemic because of inequity in access to the internet for schools, for universities, and for other issues. I don't know what it will take to increase collective welfare for the world. For individual welfare, we know that it is the pursuit of self-interest that is the mantra. And if we believe Mr. Adam Smith, that is sufficient for collective welfare. If you pursue your individual interest, then collective interest would become paramount. But that doesn't happen, we know. But we know since 2 centuries of the Wealth of Nations that this is far from true. In the spirit of Mark Antony, I come not to offer solutions, but to pose questions, because after all, we are dealing with young, impressionable minds in some way or the other. How can all of us, educators, mentors, counselors, help shape young minds to help create a fairer and a just world? If you have read a book, which is one of my favorites, called The Elephant Chaser's Daughter, and I encourage you to read it, you will learn how one can overcome the lottery of birth given the right opportunities. We have the power to influence young minds. And as my colleague Rajiv said, we must do that right thing and for the right reasons. Shaping young minds in the direction of fairness and justice perhaps fulfills both those conditions, doing the right thing and doing it for the right reasons. Thank you for listening to me and to IC3 for giving the Shiv Nadar Institution of Eminence an opportunity and the pride of place in this wonderful 6th IC3 conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Katuria. I just want to acknowledge that we understand there's a little bit of an echo in some parts of the room, so you're not able to hear us clearly. We apologize. We're really trying to fix it. Just quickly, can you all hear me? Can you hear us? Everyone who can hear us, just raise your hands. All right, perfect, because it's really sad when, you can't. So, all right. We'd also now like to thank our 2 co-hosts for the conference. First, we would like to thank Atlas Skill Tech University for their contribution to the conference and their consistent belief in IC3. Can we please have the AV for Atlas? A big round of applause, please.
We would also like to thank Flame University, the second co-host university, for the conference and for their commitment to realizing the vision of IC3 movement and bringing us all together. Can we have their video, please?
Thank you once again to both our co-host universities. A big round of applause for Atlas Skill Tech University and Flame University. Gerardo,
Yes?
how many regional forums have you attended?
Well, I've actually attended only one, and it was in Costa Rica.
I've had the pleasure of attending 9 of the 28 regional forums this year. Wow. the hospitality in Colombo, the warmth in Vizag, the energy in Nairobi, the enthusiasm in Gurugram, sorry, and the endless learning in every single forum was unparalleled.
A regional forum takes a lot of commitment from the host school to bring to life. It is testament to a school's dedication to playing their part in changing the world, one forum at a time. And so we would like to acknowledge
Sorry,
the immense...
folks, I'm going to interrupt you, and I'm going to give you another mic. We're going to shut this system down. My sincere apologies. This spectacle has been, it's been tragic. There's a system issue we are having, and I'm going to change. Can you hear me better now in the middle? I'm sweating. We're all sweating at the back. We don't know what's going on. There's some wires that are mixed up, etc. We're going to shut the main system down, and you're going to use this mic for a bit.
Sure, Ganesh, thanks. Sorry, can you repeat that? You can hear it clearly now, right? Okay, so the mic, if you use our regular mics, you can hear us? It's done.
All right.
Awesome. You walked on stage and it's fixed, Ganesh. Thank you, Ganesh.
So as I was saying, we'd like to acknowledge the immense commitment, warmth, and hospitality in making the 2022 regional forums such a big success.
I request any school delegates from the host schools of the regional forums who are here with us to please come up on stage as I call your name. Please come up quickly on stage because we have so many host schools to acknowledge. And I request you to please give a big round of applause to them as I call their names. So here we go. The Aga Khan Academy, Nairobi, Kenya. Billabong High International School, Bhopal, India. Brainworks International School, Yangon, Myanmar. The Choice School, Kochi, India. CS Academy, Coimbatore, India. DPS, Sushant Lok, Gurgaon, India. The Galaxy School, Wadi, Rajkot, India. Gateway College, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Golden Valley School, San Isidro, Costa Rica. The Kalyani School, Pune, India. KC High, Chennai, India. Can we please have you all on stage very, very quickly, please? KIIT International School, Bhubaneswar, India. Krishna Public School, Raipur. La Martiniere for Girls, Kolkata. Mansarovar, Pushkarni, Vidyashram, Mysuru. Nirja Modi School, Jaipur. Sindhya Kanya Vidyalay, Gwalior. Silakwi International School, Dehradun. Shiv Nadar School, Faridabad. Silver Oaks International School, Sarjapur. Silver Oaks International School, Bachupali Campus. Silver Oaks International School, Vishakhapatnam. You can see the commitment that Silver Oaks has and Oak Ridge has to IC3. Strawberry Fields High School, Chandigarh. Sunbeam Sun City, Varanasi. Ulin School, Kathmandu. Utpal Sangvi Global School, Mumbai. Vandya International School, Guwahati. Wockhardt Global School, Aurangabad. And just look at the number of schools that it has taken to make the regional forums possible. Can we please have you walk to the stage a little bit faster? We have you on stage with us. Please, huge round of applause. And the legacy for the regional forums will continue to get bigger and better in 2023.
While the 2022 regional forums hosts wait on stage, we will now thank and call onto stage the hosts for the 2023 IC3 regional forums.
Yes, so a huge thank you to the 20 host schools from 9 countries who've already confirmed for being host schools for the 2023 regional forums. Requesting all the schools, again, you know the drill. We'll call your name, come up on stage. The Aga Khan Academy, Nairobi, you're already, a host school for 22. Thank you for being for 2023 as well. Aga Khan School, Kampala, Uganda. American International School of Dhaka, Bangladesh. Brainworks International School, Yangon, Myanmar. Centerpoint School, Katol Road, Nagpur, India. Chinmaya International School, India. Chinmaya International Residential School, Coimbatore, India. Delhi Public School, Ruby Park, Kolkata. The Dubai International Academy, Al Barsha, Dubai. Gateway College, Colombo. Golden Valley School, San Isidro, Costa Rica. Kunz Caps School in Bangalore. Kunz Caps School in Lucknow. Lalaji Omega Memorial School, Chennai, India, Mount Litera Z School, India, Nija Modi School, Jaipur, India, Selakwe International School, Dehradun, India, the Emerald Heights International School, Indore, India, the Kalyani School, Pune, India, the Sri Ram Millennium School, and the Vandya International School, Guwahati. A huge round of applause for all our 2023 host schools for regional forums. All right. Yeah, oh, sorry, my line. May I request all of you to just continue staying back on stage because
I'm also excited to announce that 3 amazing institutions have already confirmed their roles as 2023 IC3 Regional Forum co-hosts. And I would like to invite all the university delegates who are present here today from Atlas Skill Tech University, Flame University, and Vijay Bhumi University.
please come up on stage. We would love to acknowledge you and your commitment to the regional forums.
Thank you for your dedication to ensuring that the schools around the world have access to training that they need in career and college counseling. The IC3 regional forums are all about empowering schools, and we all have a role to play. And with this, I would like to specifically invite university delegates to join Mr. Ganesh Kohli, founder IC3 Movement, for an in-person discussion over breakfast entitled 2023 with IC3. Wow, I rhymed.
Yeah, you did.
Tomorrow, Thursday, August 25th, from 7:15 to 8:15 IST, on the role universities can play to transform counseling within schools. Room number 2E. A limited number of invitation cards will be available for university delegates today at the 2023 with IC3 Pavilion, located in the IC3 Expo.
Okay, so Gerardo, just look behind you. I don't think you've seen the spectacle yet.
Well,
This is
that's a lot of
amazing.
people.
Thank you all so much for coming on stage. Huge round of applause
Ladies
to all
and gentlemen,
of them.
this is family.
This is huge.
This is the IC3 family.
Thank you all for joining us. Yes, you can please take your seats. Thank you for joining us on stage. We would like to remind all of you that the IC3 Institute's graduation ceremony is happening this evening, and it is really exciting to see all of them graduate, so don't forget to attend that.
And let us now forget that the graduation will be followed by a gala dinner this evening. We highly recommend it. You don't miss it.
Yeah, it's going to be a special evening, all right. There's food, there's great music, and lots of dancing. How many of you remember breaking a leg last year? Yeah, I sure did. It's quite something to see educators let their hair down and having a good time after like a long day of learning and attending thought-provoking sessions, and then when you see them just let loose, it's really a sight to watch. You have to be there.
Yes, dance the evening away with us. And also, download the conference app if you haven't already.
Yes, with over 40 sessions to choose from, the 2022 annual IC3 conference app is a great way to navigate your way through the next 2 days and plan your conference in a way that you actually end up attending the sessions and that you want to attend and meet the people that you want to meet.
That's right. And the app has not only the schedule, but you can add sessions that interest you to your personal calendar on the app. You can also see the list of attendees, keynote speakers, session speakers, and partners.
You can also make notes and basically get everything you need to know about the IC3 conference on the app. So if you haven't already downloaded it, the app, so please do so now. The QR code will appear on the screen. You can download it right now. Take a minute, whip out your phone, scan the QR code. You won't regret it. This app is truly amazing and the best way to maximize your time here. Once downloaded, you can pair it with your LinkedIn account as well to set up your profile, and it'll be a breeze. Within minutes, you can view all the registered delegates, start connecting with colleagues, and exchanging contact information. You can also set up one-on-one meetings, which is hugely useful. What's more, the app is the easiest and the most effective way to build your own custom schedule, as Gerardo mentioned previously. I want to highlight one very important feature very, very quickly that we will need in the next 2 days, and that is on how to exchange contact information via the app. So once you're in the app, go to the attendees section, select a person, and then click Add Contact. Click on that icon. When that request to connect has been approved, you can export that information directly into your device's address book to follow up. This is very, very useful. Please make a note of it.
And we'd like to thank CREA University, our technology partner, for making the app and also the access to the venue's internet possible. Those of you here in person can enjoy the Wi-Fi for the duration of the conference using the network and the password information on screen now, which is also listed on a card located inside your name tag or picked up at the registration link. Thank you, CREA University, for your generosity and support.
You're welcome, Gerardo. And now, a soul who lives, breathes, and dreams the movement. Without his vision, conviction, foresight, commitment to ensuring that every school has a counselor, we would not be here in this room today, and there would be no IC3.
The revolution that IC3 can only be born out of sheer passion for something that you believe in so strongly that you dedicate your life to such a movement and make it a global phenomenon. He wants to see a counselor in every school, and I don't think he will rest until he makes this happen.
You know, Gerardo, I believe that people who really, really change the world have to have a spark of brilliance, but also a little bit of crazy in them. And, you know, the world considers them crazy. So when they set out to change the world, they will be met with all kinds of naysayers and challenges and non-believers. But I have to quote a line from Rabindranath Tagore. Jodu Taradakshini, please excuse my Bengali, I'm not Bengali, but I'm going to try. Jodi Taradakshini kyau na ashesh, tave ekla chalore. It means if nobody responds to your call, make your way alone on your own path. He did that. And as he set out on his path, more and more and more realized that the work that was being done by him and joined him along the way. He's a leader who creates leaders. I will not keep you waiting any longer. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming very warmly with a lot of love the founder of the IC3 movement, Mr. Ganesh Kohli. A huge round of applause for Ganesh Kohli.
Welcome to an imperfect world. The sound didn't work. We were all stressing. Can you hear us better now in the middle? We love you all in the middle as well. We didn't choose you to, we didn't decide to put you in the middle and torture you for 30 minutes. How's it going at the front here? Sayamji, good? Everybody's good, the sound is good. Anil would be wondering, you know, these guys want us to play music and have a keynote who's one of the best musicians and put them in front. And Arvinda must be saying, I came from Sri Lanka, you called me because of my hook shot, and now you've given me a bouncer with your sound. So, welcome, everybody. We intended to open the doors at 9:45, begin at 10 o'clock. We started at 10:15. We're already 20 minutes behind. I had 15 minutes. I'm going to do this in 5 minutes. Are you with me for 5 minutes? If I take 7, so be it. If I take 10, so be it. But let's try. You have my slides? Oh, okay. I'm going too fast. This is... So, welcome to IC3. This room you know, is full of imperfections. We are a group full of imperfections, but you know, our life is a message. Our life is a message, and IC3 is a message. It's not really about students going to college. It's about breaking the cycle of violence that we are perpetuating in the world through our institutions. Since World War II, we have many more educated people in the world, many more universities, many more admissions people, many more PhDs, many more kinds of foods, many more places to travel, lots more air conditioning, lots more music, and lots more entertainment. Yet we are hurtling back towards World War III because we are perpetuating this violence through our schools, because as early as primary school, we started to compare young boys and girls. All of us got compared on the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they look, the way they dress, the way they write, the way they draw, the way they do math. When this comparison becomes acute in middle school and high school, competition is born. Competitive examinations, competition to get into university, competition in sport. When this competition becomes acute in adult life, violence is born. Violence between countries, violence in communities, violence between religions, violence within even a small organization. Violence is also gossiping and backbiting and bitching about each other, and God knows, sorry to use that word, but I have to be authentic. As schools, I traveled 800 plus schools in India. So many times principals are not seeing eye to eye with other principals. Somebody got a front chair, somebody got a sofa, somebody got this, somebody got that. We just lost the higher purpose of why we are in this profession. We need to stop this war of egos, this war of comparison and competition, this war of control, this war of I am better, my students are better, my world is better, my people are better. We got to stop this war. And the way to stop this war is through career and college counseling. Because we can break the cycle of violence in high school by focusing on competence instead of competition. The same route, competence. What am I competent at? Music, dance, sport, art, engineering. And what is the purpose of my life? And then help people find a university with purpose, a career or a subject with purpose. We are asking universities to completely turn around their notion of enrollment management as an empowerment function rather than a recruitment function. We're challenging universities to do that. And we can tell you it's good for business. It is very good for business. For all those who want to do business, it's really, really good. But we're going to do business without being violent, without being so competitive. I think I'm giving up on the 5-minute bit, but hopefully I'm trying. So really our work is, and all of these are great masters who inspired me. We do not want IC3 to become a fiefdom. We already have the IC3 Institute incorporated as a public charity. The events are still running. But you know, non-profits are quite dangerous, I realized, in the last 5-6 years. They actually become a fiefdom. It's about massaging some set of egos and just sticking to their own little thing. We are not trying to grow IC3 here, for God's sake. If you are here and feel like we are trying to grow IC3, that's not our goal. We want counseling in every school. You want to change the name from IC3 to whatever else, we are fine with that. But please stop this competition. Please don't compare us. Oh, he gave me this at that conference. You gave me this at that place. We don't want to transact. Most of our sponsors are very generous. They are not sending us stinkers. Oh, my logo didn't go there. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. There are some who are coming in. There's so much VC money, so much money out here. Our students are going to be productized, commoditized. People are going to end up trading in them. The tutoring industry is 96,000 crores, I was told. Total school fees is less than 3% of that. Do you want to do that with counseling? When we started 6 years back, there was no counseling anywhere. Today, counseling is going into schools. But I urge every counselor and principal, do you want to sell your student for a price to universities? And do universities even want that? They don't want that. And ethical institutions do not want that. They want to see students come to them with purpose and direction and meaning. And that is the work of IC3. We are never going to sell ourselves. We're not going to sell our souls. We are going to remain volunteer-driven. We are going to remain mission-oriented. And we welcome profit. But like Sanjay ji said yesterday, this is not about profiteering. We are not trying to create a unicorn here. We do not want to create a unicorn here. This is about serving. And for those who've gone to a Gurudwara, IC3 is like a langar. people come and serve here. So thank you to all those who support us. Without our university colleagues, without our sponsors, we'd not be able to do that. But the beauty of people who come to IC3 is that they are all wanting to serve. Our universities, colleagues, our sponsors have been very generous. And we have no membership fees. We have no other way of generating funds. We have no product to sell us to a student. Please remember, we have no money that we collect from anywhere. I can tell you we barely survive. We barely survive, and I want you to know that we need the support of this community. Otherwise, IC3 will die in 2 years or 3 years. We need lots more people to come forward and say, we want to see this happen. We don't want to get adulterated. We don't want IC3 to be monopolized by any individual institution, organization. That's what we want to do. Next 2 days, please don't remove your masks if you're wearing the safety mask. But let's get done with this mask. You know, educators became too serious over the years, and we really go into conferences. This conference is about music, flowers, love, and logistics. We already failed on logistics, as you saw. The other 3 things are left. Now, let's try and live up to that. And I encourage you, music, flowers, love, and logistics. Logistics already failed. Hopefully, we'll get better through the next 2 days. But let's throw away these masks. Forget that, I have to be prim and proper and I'm so special. Kids don't learn like that. Kids learn in an environment where they just let go. Let's just let go. And that's what Rumi says. Life is a balance of holding on and letting go. I already talked about it. We had 2 paths: becoming a corporation, becoming very rich. Some of us, we are not taking that path. We're taking the other road of service. And everyone here, I can tell you, is here to serve. I want to acknowledge Sita Murthy ma'am is the chair of the IC3 host school committee. You did not see her here. She lost her husband last week. Sita ma'am, if you're hearing this, we love you, we miss you. Wing Commander Murthy was a very honorable man who served the country in the armed forces. And within a couple of hours, I'm told, Usha Reddy ma'am told me, she said, call Ganesh and IC3, we need to see what, it was a week before the conference. An IC3 volunteer thinks about IC3 at the moment of greatest loss, having lost her better half for 30, 35 years. And I just want to express my gratitude to all IC3 volunteers. That's who we are, and we want to show that grace through whatever we do in the next few years. And we are not going the special, bring me more money, and some people will get rich approach. We wish everybody, we want everybody to be abundant and profit and whatever. But we are going to go the service route, and that's the path we are on. I already talked to you. Did you see this? How many of you seen this movie? Show me the money. I am a speaker. Give me a free registration. I am a poor man. Give me a free registration. Who will pay for the food here? They want to gate crash. They give us grief. Are ek ke saath ek to aayega. One with one will come to the conference. We have no money. Show me the money. Where is the money? You want to come and see what the operational cost of this conference? We are hiring people. Jim McLaughlin in Philadelphia was a volunteer. Amrita Gulati from Sriram School was a volunteer. They're all coming in and joining the movement. How do we tell them, hey, please do with some hugs and love? No. Why do you need salary? Don't ask for complimentary stuff from IC3. Please donate to IC3. Give us support. Please don't ask for free registrations. School delegates, there are 300 people without any fees here. $65, it doesn't even pay the meals. For God's sake, please don't. Jerry Maguire, if you haven't seen it, he says to his agent, show me the money. I also tell people, please don't ask more from us, give us some more. And our sponsors are very grateful. I'm very grateful to them. And then finally, with Buddha, he said, in the end, only 3 things matter. how much you loved, how gently you lived. I'm not good at gentleness, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. I stand here because of two people. I'm not acknowledging my team right now, but there are two people who really put me on stage here. And I'm standing on those two shoulders very prominently. One is my wife. I wouldn't be half the man I am if it was not for her. I was a brash, crazy guy. I got married 20 years back, and my life changed. So a big round of applause for Preeti, and thank you. And the other person who, along with me, cared deeply about the mic and the sound right now is Swaraj Nandan. You know, he heads Universist, and you know, these are two people, very prominent shoulders, but there are a lot. You saw our lovely Meridian schools did the Govinda Janmashtami thing. There's a lot of shoulders. My desire is to disappear in the Himalayas and become a monk. But till the day I am here, I am standing on many, many shoulders. So please don't thank me. Thank all the people on whose shoulders I stand. And I become visible for the movement. Many, many people, I don't want to name one or two because there are hundreds of these people all around. I also want to ask for your forgiveness. Please forgive us. We are imperfect beings. We're going to make mistakes in the next 2 days. We may not have lived up to your expectations exactly the way you'd have wanted us to. And please forgive us. Please make space in your heart for this movement, and please be part of it. We're now in 93 countries, and we're going to keep expanding counseling in every school, purpose and direction for every child. That's our mission, and I urge you to keep us in your heart. Please do see me for 2023 with IC3. Spend the next year. I promise to all our university colleagues, all your goals will be met. We'll give you 60, 70 days of travel opportunity next year. We'll do it with grace. We'll do it with purpose. We will do it in a way that you meet lots of students that you want to meet, and our schools will welcome you warmly with roses, just like you were welcomed here. And if you want to find out more about it, come and have breakfast with me tomorrow morning. Thank you so much. One of my inspirations is here as well, Anil Srinivasan, and he's up next. Please hold on and be seated for the completion of this session. We'll try and get on schedule with quickly eating, and I know even I'm going to try and hold on to the bladder. So let's try it out, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh.
Thank you, Ganesh. As always, your words bring out the passion in all of us. I know I speak on behalf of everyone in the attendance when I share that you play such an enormous role, not only in bringing people to the IC3 movement, but also in making the movement feel like a family.
We would now like to express our immense gratitude to the opening plenary sponsor, UCL, the University College London. Can we have the AV, please? Yes, you can clap. Another round of applause, please, for the University College London for their support.
Thank you, UCL, for your support. We are deeply grateful for your commitment and contribution.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the company of mavericks this morning. Our keynote speaker for the opening of the 2022 annual IC3 conference is literally a prodigy. Kalai Mamani Anil Srinivasan is one of India's most renowned musicians, an acclaimed composer, performer, and collaborator. He is well known for contributing a new genre in Carnatic music, using the classical piano as a frame around the free-flowing Carnatic music.
With an MPhil from Columbia University and a strong background in cognitive neuroscience, Anil has spearheaded a revolution in creative intelligence through Rhapsody, founded by him in 2013, which is the first in-curriculum art integration and creative intelligence program for schools. He's an associate professor of practice at CREA University and handles courses on creativity, design thinking, and interdisciplinary arts.
Your introduction is not over yet, Anil. Give us a minute. Anil is an Aspen Global leader and has been involved in various community initiatives and active social work. He has received multiple awards, including the Sangeet Natak Academy Award, and the Tamil Nadu government recognized him with the Kalai Mamani Award in 2019, which is the highest prize for the arts in Tamil Nadu. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome on stage that personality that personally inspires me. Please put your hands together for Mr. Anil Srinivasan.
Good morning, everyone. Oh my God, that's really bad. Good morning, everyone. Deaf needs to be louder than this. Good morning. Much better. Ganesh and I have the same hairstyle. The light tends to reflect off our heads. People in the back, I love you very, very much. Thank you so much. Okay, my objective over the next 20 minutes is not to talk to you about anything inspirational. Tichna Than has already been presented a lot. Aravinda De Silva is here. Oh my God. Okay. I had two announcements to make. I am not Aravinda De Silva. Second, but you can still take selfies with me. If you don't take selfies with me, I will stand next to him, pay me, and then take the selfie with him. Ever since I've been sitting next to him in the front row, there have been people literally coming and sitting on my lap and taking selfie with him. Did you hear that joke in the back or you did not? Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I am going to address this with great love. My objective over the next 17 minutes and 40 seconds is to ensure that you do not look at your phone. Front row, I'm looking at you. You know, I was telling people at breakfast this thing. All of us, the first thing in the morning, be absolutely truthful. We are not reaching for our spouse. We are not even reaching for spectacles, whatever, glass of water, nothing. You know what we reach for? Phone. I love my phone. And that WhatsApp forward, no, that you're looking at right now, shame on you. It can wait for lunch. You know, lunch, when you're having that conversation with two other schools, one of whom you don't like, and you're pretending to be nice to them, that time you can look at your phone. Anyway, I also want to confess that I've been trying to peek over my shoulder to see who Aravinda De Silva is WhatsApping. And he is telling the whole world, oh gosh, these people and their selfies. I'm just joking. Okay, many people here are my friends. Many people here are people I have worked with before. So I know you all know the drill. Don't give the game away. So literally put your phones away. I want the whole room to rub your hands together like this, okay? Hey, back people, I can see you, okay? Stop WhatsApping. Okay, put your hands out. I'm going to count to 3. On 3, you have to clap. 1, Kya yaar? Okay, 1, 2. I thought so. Okay? By the way, I do this with kindergarten kids, they get it right. Okay? Rub your hands together again. Hands apart. 1, 2, 3. Now remember the power of this. We're going to come back to this again. Now, how many people here like music? If you said no, shame on you. Okay? Unfortunately, that's the only thing I'm going to give you. Okay? Is the line in working, Noel? Everybody can hear? And still 6 people are WhatsApping their friends. Kya yaar ye WhatsApp? Okay, that was just to test whether you knew the song. Clearly you know the song, okay? Including those people who are looking at their neighbor and then clapping to it. See, I know we are all used to copying from other people. Don't do it even for this, okay? So what is it that I've come here to talk about and all of that? See, I like to put lovely pictures of brain. Like Ganesh puts Tishna Than, I put brain, okay? Like Ganesh, we have very large brains, both of us. I'm going to talk to you about 3 powerful words. I really, really believe in the power of words. The first word is imagine. With all this WhatsApping, relentless cell phoning, social media, likes. By the way, we are canceling Ranbir Kapoor right now. And all of this stuff, okay? I have to do this and everybody knows what I'm talking about. If I say cognitive neuroscience, you start looking at your phone. What is this? Fire, not the flower. Imagine. We've forgotten the power of imagination. I want this room, all 1,400 delegates, 93 countries, all of you with love, logistics, and flowers. For the next 21 days, I want you for the first 30 seconds of your day, without using the cell phone, I want you to do this exercise that I'm going to tell you to do now. And this requires 100% cooperation, which means that I want all the volunteers, Kritika, I'm looking at you, Jim, I'm looking at you, whoever is there at different parts of the room, I'm looking at you. We're all going to close our eyes for 30 seconds. 30 seconds only. And for that 30 seconds, okay, I'm going to give you a simple trick for imagination. It's easy for me, it works. I want you to imagine a favorite piece of music, okay? It can be a song, it can be something you heard on the radio this morning, it can be Ed Sheeran, it can be anything, but I want you to imagine that song. On the count of 3, close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Please do not look at your neighbor for this also. Okay. For the next 30 seconds, I want you to imagine a song that you like. It's your favorite song. Some of you are running through the playlist of many songs, and you're coming to this song. Now, I am pressing play. I'm reaching out into your brain, and I'm pressing play, and the song is playing in your head. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so gorgeous. And you're enjoying this song and you're moving to this song. Now I'm going to count back from 10. When I say 1, open your eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, oh wow, 4, 3, 2, open your eyes. I'm going to show you some movements that I saw around this room. You don't even realize you're doing this. Ganesh was sitting right there and doing this. Okay? It was beautiful. There's one of the school principals I know very well who's always treated me like I'm her most ill-behaved child, who was actually dancing today. You know who you are, okay? I saw many people in the back actually moving and shaking. It was such a powerful exercise, and I did not play music. Many of you I know are struggling to find the music to play in your head. So this time we're going to do this exercise. Close your eyes, but I'm going to allow you to imagine, and I'm going to play music, and I'm going to let you to imagine whatever you want to imagine when I'm playing this music, okay? Ready? All right, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes now. Helped? Everybody's feeling a little better? Little? Lots? Okay, we still have to work on these people in the back. Kuch na kuch ho raha hai wahan pe. Are they serving secret samosas? Okay. All right. The first word is imagine. We have to revisit our imagination. Okay. What futures are we imagining for ourselves? What futures, therefore, are we imagining for the kids that we counsel, that we lead? In all this chakkar that we are doing, daily emails, daily WhatsApps, looking at instructions, there are people I know who will only do what ma'am tells them to do, what sir tells them to do, right? We have forgotten the power that when we were 6 or when we were 10 or when we were 12, we had this power to imagine, ek din main ye ban jaunga, ek din I will do this, I will do this. Where are we imagining? So for the next 21 days to crack a habit, I want you in the morning, instead of using your phone, to imagine either music, I've given you music, but you can imagine whatever you like. You can imagine food if you want to, but put yourself in a wonderful imaginative state first thing in the morning. I want a show of hands on how many people will promise to do this, please, okay? At least 90% of the room, okay? Which means that at least you want to pretend to do this with me, okay? So sometimes I play these things, otherwise you won't believe that I went to Columbia University and I studied, no? You'll think, hey, koi stand-up comedian aaya, thoda ganja wala. Sorry, there are 93 countries. You'll think the stand-up comic was a little bald in the head, okay? You know, it's because of the power of music, and I keep talking about the power of music. So music affects all these different things, okay? It affects all these different parts of the human brain. There is research to show that when a sentence, instead of being said, is sung, it is affecting 10,000 times the number of brain cells. That is why we are moving and doing all these things, right? Music puts us in a good state. But it took the power of imagination for some of the greatest of our composers, the greatest of our... Okay, let me see. What song am I playing? Say it out loud. Say it out loud. I wanted people to say Battamis out loud this morning. Okay? I can show you theories in thermodynamics. I can show you theories in cognitive neuroscience. I can show you theories in Kepler's laws of interplanetary motion. You won't remember these things, but Battamiz Dil we all remember. This is what this graph is trying to tell you, that it registers in your mind. No, isliye nahi, because my son, he keeps playing it all the time. No. It's not because of that. It's because music physiologically affects you like that, which is why we remember it. But the imagination of all those composers, all those thought leaders, composers are thought leaders, to be able to create this for us, to create this world for us to live in, would not have happened if they were reaching for their cell phones first thing in the morning. Okay? Thank God in this world we have people with imagination. Thank God that the imaginators are creating alternative worlds, alternative realities, alternative movements like IC3, and alternative universities, alternative spaces for us to live in. Because if everybody was reaching out for their cell phones and forwarding Srivalli memes in the morning, we would not have this wonderful world that we live in. I promise you this. Noel, something's going wrong with my keyboard. Okay? It's not playing the way I want it to. I don't know why. It's fine now? Okay. Again, for those who've already heard this example before, I don't care. I'm still going to play it. You can reply the next line. Fantastic. You are all qualified to be counselors. Now, this composition was done by this little boy with imagination. His name was Mozart. Some of you have heard me talk about it before. Mozart was 12 years old, yeah. And he got up one fine day, went to a competition in those days. It was not really a competition. And his father was his guru and his mentor and asked him to do something which was interesting, which was going to be judged, etc. And he was supposed to compose this masterpiece, and this child comes up with Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Of course, it was not called that. For those of you who speak French, it is Ah, vous dirigez, Mama, and not Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Oh, I'm not salivating enough for French this morning. And this tune, not only did he compose this tune, he composed 32 variations on this tune, 44 minutes. He was very mindful of time, right? A variation is like this. You're clapping for a 12-year-old boy, not for me, okay? By the way, Twinkle Twinkle is one of those songs which is in the language of technology, right? We would call open source code, meaning it's a sequence of notes done in frequencies. When I teach it in class, I actually do it with using frequency graphs. It's a specific set of frequencies written in such a way, okay, that you can combine and play it with anything in the world. That is what this little boy has created, okay? So we're going to create an anthem in this room with 5-6 songs that people can call out, especially for my dear friends in the back, okay? Back. It's lovely when I see your hands like that. They look like the flowers that Ganesh is talking about. So 5-6 songs, quickly. People call out, shout out to me. Songs that you like. Perfect. Then. Yeah, I'm only hearing the front row. Somebody from the back nicely, loudly shout. Srivalli, somebody wants? How many people want Srivalli? How many people want Ooh Antava? Sorry? Kabhi Kabhi. Love You Zindagi. Okay, then? Okay, I'm just going to make up my own because in any case I can't hear much. So some of it I heard, some of it I will do. You all enjoy the song, no? Just because principal ma'am is sitting next to you, don't clap like this. Okay? Somebody said something else. Perfect, which is. You mean the Ed Sheeran perfect, right? So like this, it can combine and play, but it is all to do with imagination. Imagine a 12-year-old boy being able to do this in just 45 minutes, compose something that became open source architecture. And this was composed in 1768. And in 2022, all of us across 93 countries know the tune, know the song, and are able to understand this. That is the power of imagination. Where have we lost the power of imagination? Has social media taken over? The next word I have for you is aspire. It's not enough to just keep dreaming, no? You have to actually then start working towards something, right? Aspiration. I will do it fast and I will end in 4 minutes, right? And aspiration requires you to actually act on your imagination and do something about it, okay? So I'm going to quickly tell you that last year in June, I almost died, okay? And it was not COVID, it was something else. At that time, I was treated by 2 doctors. One was this really nice, wonderful, warm person who would come in every morning, tell me everything's going to be fine. And then in the evening, pardon my bad language, was a jerk who would come in the evening, hyper important, very pompous person. He'd come and look at my charts and says, oh, Mr. Srinivasan, you're not going to make it. Oh, Mr. Srinivasan, this is looking really bad. We have to refer him to something else. The guy who came in the morning was local educated, Madras Medical College. Very lovely man, nice guy. He would play for me Sun TV. The guy who came in the evening was Edinburgh, and he had gotten his FRCs. And I was telling my wife that imagine if we gave access, that word access, to this Madras Medical College guy sitting in Madras to be able to access this Edinburgh course, we would have this perfect doctor, right? And therefore, in the ICU, on the day that I almost died, I created the next idea, because like Ganesh, I work on ideas, where we said we will start creating a platform where we will put together the imagination of all the top creative people in the world from different universities, different ideas, and make them directly speak to school students in this part of the world, whether they're in Nagpur, or they're in Nagarhole, or they're in Mumbai, or they're in Chennai, or wherever they are. We must make these children from 8th grade attend these imaginative people from where they are, and that is how I created the next venture. So imagination turned into aspiration. I'm going to quickly show off the work that I do. Actually, let me not show off the work that I do. I'm already showing off my music, okay? We created Crew, and Crew works with now 27,000 students. You'll find us all over the conference. Come and talk to us about it. This I'm going to spend just 2 minutes on, because this is very important, okay? Manifestation, okay? Manifestation is that once I have done my imagination and I've done my aspiration, how do I manifest that reality? How do I make this come together? I'm going to talk to you about Albert Einstein, right? Albert Einstein, have you all heard of Albert Einstein? Yes? He's as famous as Arvinda de Silva. Published the theory of relativity, 5th of June, 1905. I've said this before. From 5th of May to 5th of June, he had dreams. And he kept journals of these dreams. He was manifesting his imagination. Okay? Every single dream, he dreamt about time. For example, in one dream, he thinks about time being a circular concept, which means that we're all stuck in a time loop and doing the same thing over and over again. In another time loop, he imagines that people move at different speeds at different orders of the day, and so on and so forth. And the last dream he has, he dreams of a musician like me, not me. And in that dream, he thinks of this composer called Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach, and he thinks of this particular idea called two-part invention, so two-part harmony. It goes like this. Watch my hands very carefully. It's one tune. Same tune if I played it in the right with the left hand. Wow, he can use both hands. So if you play it together, nothing great about that. Most pianists can play that. But what Bach does, he does a concept called relative time. Okay? The tune starts in the right hand, but after a small gap, in Tamil we call it cycle gap. Okay? After a small gap, he plays the same thing in the left hand. Now, how will that sound? Which means right hand finished earlier than left. I'll play it one more time. You'll see me taking my right hand off first. Okay? So, and Bach not only composed one or two pieces like that, that genius that he was, he's composed 48 pieces in every single key, major and minor. Okay? This is what people with imagination do. Okay? And these two-part inventions, Einstein thinks of on the 4th of June, 1905. And the next day, it locks into place for him this idea that you can have two sets of movements at the same speed, same volition, but due to two different reference points, move at different ideas relative to one another, submits the paper, and dedicates it to Johann Sebastian Bach. Right? The power, clap, clap. The power is how these fields talk to one another. In order to manifest your reality, what actions will you take? Right? Imagine, aspire, manifest. Imagine, 21-day promise. Let me see how many people are still promising. Some hands have come down already. You know why? Because they're typing as they're putting their hands up. Shameless. The second word is aspire. You can't just stop there, no? You have to actually start making a plan towards achieving that. And the last part, start talking to people. Forget your devices. Forget technology for a second. Actually start connecting with the person sitting next to you. The person sitting next to you is actually going to help you manifest your reality. I promise you this. Because you don't know who they know. You don't know who they know. They don't know who they know in turn. And that circle of love is going to come back and help you manifest your reality as long as you can look into the eyes of the person you're talking to and be able to connect. I'm almost done, right? I'm going to make you do this. Okay? But before I do that, I need to play something for you. What are the three words I said? Imagine, aspire, manifest. And it becomes I am. I am. And whenever we use the word I am, we become that thing. No? When you say I am angry, we become angry. Right? If I say I am Arvinda, I become Arvinda. But if I say I am hungry, then your mind automatically starts following that signal. So I want everybody here to repeat after me. I am phenomenal. Don't say phenomenal. Okay? I am phenomenal. I am Phenomenal. Excellent. Will you all remember this? So imagination, aspiration, and manifestation. It's the absolute cycle of making your dreams come true. Okay? I just want to quickly mention a couple of things. So I mentioned that we're working, so me and my friends, Kala is right here. You can, Bhakti has been very, very helpful to me wherever she is. Where's Bhakti? Queen Bhakti. Okay. Akshay, if you're there somewhere in the audience, he's right at the back. These are people helping me get all these school students across India, Sri Lanka, the entire region, to start accessing the top creative minds. Okay? Please find them and talk to them, because they will tell you how we are doing imagination, aspiration, and manifestation for thousands and thousands of students. They're going to talk to you about it and how we're using creativity for that. It's a very interesting project. But I want us all to... Music? Can I end with music? Will you all clap along with the music? Sing also if you like, no? Very quickly, I'm going to do 3 tunes, exactly 15 seconds. I'm going to see whether you keep pace with what I'm doing or you're still WhatsApping. So let's stop with this hand rub. Little cold. Hands apart. I'm going to say 3 on 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3. A family that claps together stays together, and a family that stays together will change the world. Okay? Thank you very much. I am absolutely in love with Ganesh Kohli, with Preeti's permission. And he's been looking at his watch for the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We are what we are. So he said logistics failed, music did not fail. Hai na?
Thank you, Anil. That was amazing. A huge round of applause once again for Mr. Anil Srinivasan. If you enjoyed it, yes, applaud your heart out. It was amazing. And Anil, we request you to please stay back on stage. All right, may I now please request Mr. Arvind Vepa, Senior Liaison and Recruitment Officer, Student Recruitment, Office of the Vice President, External Engagement, University College London, to please come up on stage and felicitate Mr. Anil Srinivasan. Yeah, it's the store. All right.
Mr. Srinivasan, I'm really looking forward to attending your session on creative intelligences beyond Howard Gardner. That is happening tomorrow, Thursday, August 25th, from 2 to 3 p.m. IST in session room 2C. We highly recommend that you attend Anil's session tomorrow and take that opportunity to ask him all your questions.
Thank you once again, Anil. And now we'd like to thank our platinum sponsors, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Indiana University Bloomington, and University Living for their support and commitment to the 2022 annual IC3 conference. It is only with the support of purpose-driven universities and organizations that IC3 is able to work towards its mission of counseling in every school.
At the core of everything that every one of us does is to help students make better choices. A core aspect of the IC3 movement is the IC3 Institute's Student Quest Survey, which is a 360-degree global study on the challenges and opportunities for high school students and relevant stakeholders in post-pandemic world concerning higher education choices and decisions. This 2022 IC3 Institute Student Quest report was conducted in collaboration with Korea University, the University of Newcastle, and the University of Tennessee, Knoxville.
The need for such a study is critical to understand the diversity of perspectives, challenges, and opportunities that are faced by various stakeholders who are involved in the process of college guidance. So this survey is basically a convergence of perspectives from high school students, career and college counselors, and universities.
This year's report dives deeper into understanding the key influencers, perceptions, patterns, trends, and gaps in the journey of career and college counseling, along with the multidimensional impact of the decision-making process, and importantly, students' preparedness for the transition into post-high school life.
This year, we saw a total of over 10,000 students from 70 countries participate in the student survey, which is 61% higher than last year, which is huge. Big round of applause. The counselor survey saw participation from over 1,100 counselors, while the institutional survey gathered responses from over 100 universities.
I would like to invite on stage Amrita Gulati, Director of Academics, IC3 Institute, alongside with Dr. Gurpreet Singh, Director, South Asia University of Newcastle, Australia, and Bhakti Sa, Director, Outreach, Korea University, India. And at the same time, we would like to also acknowledge Stephanie Seagreen, Director of International Admissions and Outreach, University of Tennessee, Knoxville, United States. Please unveil this year's IC3 Institute's 2022 Student Quest Survey Report.